Christine Thompson, Cancer Prevention Programs Manager at Nevada Cancer Coalition. More people are diagnosed with skin cancer each year in the United States than all other cancers combined. In fact, 1 in every 5 of us will develop some type of skin cancer by the age of 70. Fortunately, most of these skin cancers are treatable and curable if found early. May is Skin Cancer Awareness and Prevention Month, and today we're talking with Dr. Whitney Hovenic. Dr. Hovenic is a board-certified dermatologist and one of only 4 fellowship-trained Mohs surgeons in Northern Nevada. She is founding member of and president of the Nevada Society for Dermatology and Dermatologic Surgery. Dr. Hovenic practices at the Skin Cancer and Dermatology Institute in Reno. Thank you for being with us today, Dr. Hovenic.
Thank you, Christine, for having me.
Your professional organization supports school-based education about sun safety. Why is educating children about sun safety so important?
It's really important that children develop good sun habits, especially living in our environment. So much of the damage that leads to skin cancer actually occurs before the age of 18. And so when children develop good habits and are encouraged by their schools to be able to protect their skin, they have a much better chance of going into adulthood without a lot of sunburns, which are the primary cause of most skin cancers in adulthood.
A lot of people believe that a tan or darker skin protects them from getting sunburned and from getting skin cancer. Is this true?
No, unfortunately, the skin is designed to get darker with sun exposure, but even that sun exposure alone, which leads to a tan, does increase the amount of DNA damage that occurs over time. So every time your skin is stimulated by the sun, there's potential for damage that can lead to skin cancers later in life. And we do see skin cancers across people of all ethnicities and races. So there is some protection by having a slightly darker skin type, but it's really important that everyone develop good skin habits from an early age. The less pigment you have in your skin, the more likely you are to have skin cancer later in life. And there's also some genetic predispositions. So people who are fair-skinned, blue-eyed, blonde-haired, Northern European descent, especially living in high altitude sunny climates, are at a particular risk for skin cancer. And also people who spend more time outdoors. So whether that's working outdoors, we see a lot of skin cancers in construction workers, people who have spent their life in professions that require them to be outdoors, especially in professions where they're outdoors and they get hot and they take off their shirt and they have a chronic sun exposure. But even people who work indoors, who then go to sunny places and spend a lot of time, lying out to catch every ray possible, also have that increased risk. So it comes down to either this intermittent high dose of sun exposure versus a chronic sun exposure. Both of those lead to an increase in skin cancer.
Are you telling us not to go outside?
No way. I'm a huge advocate of going outside, and I think none of us would have survived this past year without outdoors. And we're so lucky to live here in Northern Nevada and have such beautiful places to explore. But you just need to protect your skin. And what you need to do is both apply sunscreen, ideally 20 minutes before you go out, and you need to wear sun protective clothing. There's been so many advances in clothing. It's no longer, you don't look like you're going on safari when you go out. There are t-shirts that look like t-shirts, but they have UPF protection in the fabric. A wide brimmed hat is going to offer you a lot more protection than a ball cap, but a ball cap is better than nothing. And you need to also just choose your time. You try to avoid being out when the sun is at its highest. So from 11 to 1, if you can try to seek shade, you will have more protection.
And what about protecting one's eyes?
That's where sunglasses come in. And in protecting your eyes, you're not only protecting the skin of your eyes, but you're also protecting against damage to the lens and protecting yourself from having to have cataract surgery down the road.
So if it's so easy to prevent, why do so many people develop skin cancer?
A lot of people who are developing skin cancer now had quite a bit of sun throughout their life when we didn't have so many good modalities for protecting our skin. I get this all the time from my patients. I was in the baby oil and iodine club, and my mom used to send me out and say, don't come home until dark. And the more I sunburned, the better I thought I was doing. So we're catching up from years of past damage. But even still, if you go up to Tahoe, you're going to see people lying out on the rocks with no sun protection because people like to feel tan. They like to look tan. The sun feels good. So you just have to make the choice to enjoy the sun, but with a little extra protection.
There have been some studies and news reports that indicate ingredients in some sunscreens might be harmful for humans and for the environment. Is sunscreen safe for people and the environment?
I'm a huge advocate of sticking with sunscreens that are what we call physical blockers. They are sunscreens that stay on top of your skin and therefore provide a barrier between the sun and your skin. So the ingredients that I recommend the most are zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. And if you look for those as the primary ingredients, I do recommend that people avoid chemical sunscreens for the other reasons. Oftentimes they wash off more easily too, whereas a zinc and titanium base is better for staying on your skin, especially if you're going to be outside and sweating.